I've edited over 1,000 videos, probably over 2,000 at this point, and I've used most of these video editing programs. Not as a hobbyist, but as actually someone who's getting paid and eventually someone who built their own YouTube channels from scratch using these tools. So when I rank these, I'm not just reading off a spec sheet, I'm telling you what actually matters when you're trying to produce, scale, and make money on YouTube. So let's get into it. Filmora. A few years ago, Filmora was the software you used when you were 14 and just wanted to add transitions to your Minecraft clips. But Filmora 14 and 15 are genuinely new, different products. They're going all in on AI. They have text to video now, so you type in a prompt, paste a script, and it builds a video. It also has image generation, such as GPT Image 2 integration, so you're generating visuals directly on the timeline. On paper, that's actually a lot, but in my honest opinion, I don't really care for image generation inside of editing programs, except if you're doing super specific themed edits. Filmora still has a main issue, and it's the fact that Filmora is built entirely around beginners. And that matters because when you're hiring editors or you're looking for tutorials past a certain skill level, you will hit a wall so fast your eyes will spin. And if you're trying to do faceless YouTube like me, you're trying to build a business, not a hobby project. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the D tier. I give it props for trying, but it's just not there compared to all the other tools on this list. Next up, we have Kdenlive, which is a really interesting one because Kdenlive is actually open source, free, and works on Linux, which I'm always going to support. I love developers who try to do good for the world by actually keeping their code open to the community and are super transparent with how their programs function. Kdenlive also works on Mac and Windows 2, and the development team have been quietly grinding out improvements. Version 25 added polished ripple editing, better audio monitoring, and improved sequence handling. Kdenlive is interesting. It's not really a content creators program, it's more a developers program. So this is really useful if your laptop has like 2 GB of RAM and the only thing that you could afford to run is Ubuntu or something, but not so useful if you have an actual computer, one that can download Premiere, Final Cut, or any of the other programs that we're going to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Kdenlive in the C tier for interesting, but really still not there in terms of all the other applications on this list. Next up, we have Final Cut Pro, and it's a genuinely fast and polished video editor made by Apple, specifically for Mac OS only. The magnetic timeline is smart, it snaps, it flows, and it gets out of your way. Rendering is fast on Apple Silicon, and the multi-cam workflow is clean. But here's where it really gets complicated, and like I mentioned earlier, it's really only Mac only. And that's not just a personal inconvenience type of thing, it's a hiring constraint. So now everyone that you hire also has to use Final Cut Pro as well, which means all of them need Macs. And I'll tell you ahead of time, most of the editors that you're going to find are going to be running a Windows machine. The moment that you decide to only create videos with Final Cut, you have limited your opportunities by more than half. Apple is not going to bring Final Cut Pro to Windows anytime soon, if ever at all. So if you're a solo creator, you've been using Final Cut on your MacBook Pro for like 10 years, there's no reason why you should get off of it. But if you're just starting to video edit, maybe you're trying to create a YouTube channel, I would just go with the other options on this list so that if you decide to have a new computer, have a different team member, they can be included as well in the editing process. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Final Cut as a B tier. Being macOS only is such a detriment. Next up, we have something really interesting called VidRush. VidRush was created by Noah Morris, a faceless YouTube operator who also built the extension NextLev, and the pitch is genuinely ambitious. You give it an AI prompt or a brief, it researches the topic, it writes the script, it breaks it into scenes, generates visuals with motion, adds voiceover, syncs caption, layers music, outputs an edited video and a thumbnail end to end. The scripting system is trained on data from successful faceless channels specifically, and it's not just generic AI. There's real thinking behind the videos that it's trying to produce. It's actually trying to create genuinely good content for their audience. You have to understand that VidRush is not just a video editing tool, it is a video editing production team. For certain specific formats like explainers, listicles, and documentary style content, it actually works. And I'll tell you honestly, it's better than any AI video editing tool on the market right now. Sure, there are some videos that look heavy like AI, but there are also videos that don't look so much like AI. Is it actually a replacement for a long-term video editor? No, I don't think so. But is it a great way to get started as a video editor getting into faceless YouTube? Absolutely. And I can't wait to see what VidRush comes up with when VidRush 2.0 comes out later on this year. So for right now, I'll put it into A tier. 2.0, guaranteed, I'll probably be putting this as S tier. Next up, we have After Effects. And for some reason, a lot of people still think that After Effects is a video editing software. It is not. It is an effects software. I don't know why people are using it to create entire videos. Like, please stop. What After Effects is, and what no no other program can really replicate is that it is a motion graphics layer on top of your edit. So you can create animated titles, custom lower thirds, motion graphic templates that you build one and use across all your videos, intros that actually look like a brand and not some template. You can even sell these Mogurs. I sold one Mogur for over $7,000 off of one template, and the Mogur economy is still growing. For Faceless YouTube specifically, if you have an editor using After Effects and you're using it well, you have a pretty good video editor on your hands. Having the skill of After Effects can help really hone in on your channel's identity when it comes to animation, colors, visuals, and just overall the aesthetic of your channel. And on top of that, the integration between After Effects and Premiere Pro with dynamic linking is really, really good. And if you're already in the Adobe ecosystem, using After Effects and Premiere Pro is the way to go. I'm going to go ahead and put After Effects in the A tier. It's a great tool. You don't even need Premiere for it. And that's going to be the next program that we'll be going over in this list, Premiere Pro. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Premiere Pro is still very much the industry standards, and the latest updates have made Premiere Pro interesting again. The main thing that has been really interesting is generative extend. You can actually extend a clip using AI and will try to fill in that gap. It works in 4K, works in vertical video, and it even extends ambient, auto, and room tone. Premiere Pro has also recently released something very interesting called media intelligence as well. So you can actually search your footage in natural language. So you can say shot of hands on keyboard, the moment where she laughs, and Premiere Pro will go and search across all of those hours and clips and use natural language to find those video clips for you, instead of just video 2024 dash whatever the hell. So if you're pulling B-roll from multiple sources, that kind of cut can save your time tremendously. On top of the automatic transcription and caption tools available in Premiere Pro, there's also caption translation now. So you can have full automatic subtitle generation across multiple different languages. So if you're thinking of launching multilingual versions of your channel, you know, that's a real workflow. But even though Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects have a bunch of upsides and great features, it also has a very real downside, and that is Creative Cloud. Right now, I think the Creative Cloud is $55 a month, which can hurt margins for a young YouTube channel. And the learning curve for Premiere Pro is steeper than CapCut or DaVinci for new video editors. And it's had a lot of stability problems in the past, between Premiere Pro crashing 3 hours into my project and just overall issues with the panels. But if you're looking to break into the YouTube editing industry and the video editing industry, if you're looking to hire people, then most people most likely will know Premiere Pro. It is still the most common tool in most video editor portfolios, and it's a pretty safe program. I like it. I'm gonna put at A tier. A link for a try will be in the description. It'll be S tier if it was free. And speaking of free, the next program we'll be going over is DaVinci Resolve. And what you're getting for free is legitimately insane. DaVinci Resolve 20 dropped in 2025 with over 100 new features, and the ones that matter the most for faceless YouTube creators right now. It has AI IntelliScript, which you give Resolve your script, it builds a timeline, and it's not really a rough assembly. It's reading your script, it's matching it to your footage, and for video editors and faceless YouTube channels where your output equals how much money you create, that is a pretty useful tool. It also has AI animated subtitles, captions that are styled, synced, and animated automatically. One of the most time-consuming parts of video editing for sure. It also has an AI audio assistant, which will balance your dialogue, music, and sound design, which is crazy because most editors don't have deep audio backgrounds. And it also has AI Magic Mask and Depth Map too, which helps you isolate your subjects with faster processing and with more practical use on your timeline. And then there's a thing that DaVinci is actually really known for, and that is its color grading suite, which has always been the best in the industry. Hollywood films such as Deadpool use Resolve for color. They do have an upgraded version. It's a studio version for a one-time $295 fee, but compared to other editing programs with a subscription, that is infinitely better. So the upgraded version will get you a few more AI features, some noise reduction, and other advanced tools, but the free version is really all you really ever need. And the community behind Resolve is also getting real interesting. It started off as only this color grading tool for film, and you know, there's still a lot of culture around that, but Now a lot of the YouTube community also uses DaVinci Resolve. What's better than, investing $55 to try to learn video editing, getting it for free? Because, you pay Premiere Pro $55, you can't pay it the next month, all of a sudden you can't video edit no more, and you never become a video editor. And I don't want that. You don't want that. I want video editors to be able to edit, and that's why I'm gonna give DaVinci Resolve an S tier. The next one that we're gonna talk about is CapCut. And I know what some of you are thinking, and I'm also gonna tell you why you're wrong. CapCut in around 2021 was a pretty dog application. It didn't really do much, but for some reason, over the course of the years, especially with the growth of TikTok, they've been able to actually expand CapCut into a useful tool, and the desktop version is actually a really good editing suite in 2026. They have auto captions that are accurate in style, which is better than most editing applications. They have multilingual captioning built in, so you can generate subtitles in different language for different market. And they also have a big template library that's being constantly updated. The AI auto editing handles rough assemblies, so you're doing only refinement. And no one wants to say this out loud, but the workflow on CapCut can actually be faster since it doesn't have as many knobs and whistles as Premiere Pro or After Effects. It really boils down your editing to the basics, and the basics are really all you really need to create a viral video on YouTube. Not only that, if you learn how to use CapCut and say, for instance, create TikTok videos give CapCut videos a general algorithmic boost. So you're literally getting more views by learning CapCut. Now, do I trust an application that's made by TikTok, a Chinese company who have privacy security concerns? For me personally, there's only so many things that you can dodge, especially with Premiere Pro basically claiming ownership over all of your files. So it's basically pick your poison at this point. But if speed and cost efficiency are your primary concerns, then CapCut has your best interest. For higher production channels, you'll probably need a little bit more. So I would say if you're gonna do higher production, still stick with Premiere Pro and After Effects. But for, general talking head video, short form media, I think CapCut is pretty good. So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the S tier. Link for that will also be in the description. All right, so that's the entire tier list. And here's what I actually want you to take from this. The software is not the strategy. No one cares if you use CapCut. No one cares if you use Premiere Pro. You can go ahead and use Kdenlive if you're very good at it. The real thing that matters when it comes to creating YouTube channels is the niche, the ideas, and the research. That's what really drives the growth. The software is just how you execute it. If you want professional quality without paying anything, go to DaVinci Resolve. If you need speed and you're building a team, go CapCut. And if you want a really professional ecosystem and you're already in Adobe, stick with Premiere Pro and After Effects. And if you're interested about full AI production at volume, try VidRush. Now, if you're an editor watching this and you've been building other people's channels for years, I have something for you. The skills do transfer. What matters is a system that you put around it. And that's what the link in the description below is all about. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can click this video on screen if you want more tutorials from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.